Hello, hello. I think we've got some people here. Hello, welcome. Welcome to Thursday Live at 7 with Helen. Oh, I've only got one of my lights on. Hold on, I'll just switch the other light on. We're not in darkness. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Donna. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Gidget. I just stuck myself in the butt with a pin. Okay, that was really handy. It's all right. See me jump. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Janine. Well, I think you're new here. Hello. Hi, Jane. Susan. Hi. What have I missed? Have we had a good week? Have we had a nice week? It's certainly been the 4 seasons in a week. We had snow here in Tasmania last night, up high, obviously, but up at Ben Lomond, there was snow. First snow for the year. Hi, Fiona. Yes, I felt it too, believe me, despite the amount of padding I have. So snow. So we went from 30 degrees one day to 10 degrees overnight, or 6 degrees one morning, and snow. Hi, Karen. But I do think like the real summer is over. We're definitely into autumn. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Sue. I think we've got 2 more weeks until daylight savings finishes, which I'm very sad about. I miss my light evenings to go for a walk. Yeah, that might be the last of the pool weather. Maybe there'll be no more pool swims. Might be time to pack it up for the winterize it. But yeah, quite pleasant at the moment. Autumn's a lovely season. Hi, Ellie. Still very, very dry, Donna. I had my sprinklers going every day, and the garden was getting so waterlogged that I turned them off. And 2 days later, it was dry as anything. So yes, back on. Hi, Chris. So yeah, we've had like a couple of like really quick downpours, but really just for a couple of minutes, so not enough to wet everything through. That's all right. We're never happy. And I've had a good year in the garden. So you might have seen my tomato pictures. We've had lots of tomatoes. I've still got some more to do something with. Hi, Christine. Welcome. Hi, Debbie. Hi. Yeah, we'll wait for a few more to come on. No rain in Victoria. Still watering. Yeah, I think we'll be watering for a bit longer. A bit longer yet. Yes. Hi, Janie. I saw you were late to Linda's because you were at the doctor's. Hope everything's okay there. Hi, Marilyn. Freezing yesterday and this morning. I want to stay in bed. Electric blanket. I know. I had a blanket on last night, and shed guy came upstairs. He said, "Well, haven't you got the heater on?" I'm sure you have the heater on, but I can't put the heater on in March. Surely not. So anyway, and yes, I did. As I went to bed, thought I could have had my blanket on. Hi, Marg. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Shelley. I suppose it's the changeover of season, isn't it? But the cold is on its way. That's all right. So my gin of the week. I'm working my way through my birthday gins. Someone from my school days messaged me, obviously had seen that, and said, "Oh, I hope you haven't drunk all that gin yet." As I said last week, hi, Marion. This would be 2 years worth of gin for me, if not more. So I don't actually have it that much. But this is the same company as last week. So it's Knocklofty garden gin. And they actually make just small batches out of whatever they've got surplus in their garden. Hi, Dell. Cheryl, I didn't even put electric blankets on the beds when we lived in Townsville, Cheryl. But having said that, I also packed all my jumpers away and I had to get one out pretty quickly. Hi, Jan. Hi, all the Townsville girls are coming on. Hi, Anne. So this one is again Knocklofty garden gin, but this one is a quince flavour. So last week was tayberry. This week is quince. Have you tried this one, Donna? I don't know, not sure. And it's got quite a bit of colour in it. You can see like the orangey quincy colour, and it's actually got quite a strong quince flavour. I've just got it with soda water so that I can get the quince flavour. Hi, Marilyn. But yeah, it's quite a, I suppose it's a quince flavour, quite strong. I think I prefer a berry flavour to the quince. Yeah, it's quite nice. And you can just get these little bottles so you can get a taste of all the different ones. So they're only 200 ml, 32.5% alcohol though, so one will be good. Hi, Denise. Hello. Hi, Solviga. I never know how to pronounce your name, but I welcome you back. Hello. Now, there's a few ASA ladies on here, and there's a few names that I can see asked to go on the wait list. I put a message up today because I've been emailing a lot of people on the wait list and not having any response. So I'm just wondering if I'm going to spam. So if you emailed me from the newsletter and asked to go on the wait list and you haven't heard from me, then send me a message because maybe you haven't seen my email and I just keep going to the next person on the list, so you may miss out. Hi, Susan. Yes, so if you missed out, it's the Knock Lofty Quince Gin. Really quite nice. Quite nice. Doesn't taste like a gin though. It's quite fruity. But it's good. Hi, Gwen. I think I missed you there. So I actually haven't got much to show you tonight. Because I haven't been into the shop. I've been busily screaming through my lists, ticking off a lot actually, because finally I'm not wasting hours dealing with website issues now that they're up and running, it seems. So I seem to be achieving so much more. And Joe and the girls have been working manically at the shop, getting ready for AQC before Joe goes on holidays next week. So I'm trying not to interrupt them too much as well, but I'll be going in tomorrow. So I didn't really have much to bring home for to show you tonight, but that's all right. I've come up with something to show you and a few things that were here anyway. So, hi Caroline. Hello. I'm close, Adelaide ladies. I'm close to locking in a date for Adelaide. If only it was locked in. There was the Virgin Happy Hour airfares tonight were the perfect dates. I looked and I thought, oh, I just booked for Joe and I and then hope that we can get the venue. And I might still do it afterwards. I'm not quite sure, although I haven't asked Joe yet if she wants to come. So I know last year she wanted to come, but I haven't asked her if she wants to come this year. So we're looking at the weekend of the 7th or 8th of December. So it is a week later than last year, but that gives me an extra week to recover from New Zealand, America, and a gathering here. That'll be up soon. Those that either are local or would like to have a little trip down to Tasmania, the Christmas gathering bookings are open for Hobart. So find that on the website under Learn and Retreats and Gatherings, I think. So yeah, the bookings are open for the Christmas gathering here, and Adelaide people cross out the weekend of the 7th and 8th of December because I think it will be either the Saturday or the Sunday of that weekend. Same venue, same deal as last year. Okay, so other than that, yes, I'm busy getting ready. Next thing, Saturday is Quarters Easter Showcase if you're local, out at the Brighton Community Centre at Bridgewater, which is confusing, isn't it? It's the Brighton Community Centre, but it's at Bridgewater, where it always is. So that's a lovely day out with lots of shop traders and lots of quarters just sharing and enjoying. If you're local down here, Joe's going to cover that one for me while I'm covering the shop. And then, yeah, AQC's next. So, now I can't remember. I know I showed you the mini spot on last week, but did I show you the finished peel on cushion last week? I probably did, but anyway, I just hung it up there in case I did because I couldn't remember. So yes, so the finished peel on patterns are done, just waiting for them to be delivered. The kits are cut. The templates are all cut. Shed Guy's been working his butt off. And so they're not on the website yet, the pillow ones, but they will be soon. And the mini spot-ons as well. If you want to add those to your project list. I know a lot of you've got spot on and heart on, so they're fun to do. They're just fun to do. You might actually have some leftovers, possibly not, because if you got a kit, it was pretty slim, like just what you needed. Okay, so what the things I have got to show you. So the things that were on my desk that I haven't taken back from other times. First of all, I'm going to show you just a reminder of our embroidery kits. So these are a series of complete kits for embroidery or coloque. Great for beginners because on the back there's a QR code, and if you scan that, you go to a series of videos on all the stitches and all how to transfer it on, how to put it in your hoop, how to thread your needle, everything. So it's another complete lot of video classes on how to do everything. So great for beginners. And everything comes in the kit. And when I mean everything, in the embroidery versions, let's swap to overhead and see how well we last before we freeze. We did good last week, so let's see. So the embroidery versions have everything you need. They have just a basic embroidery instructions and a stitch guide on there. But as I said, there's also the video stitch guide. And then it has an iron-on transfer, which obviously is not in here because I perhaps already used it. So it has an iron-on transfer of the design. It has the linen and the stabilizer in there. That's an extra bit, not for there. It has a stitchery needle and a chenille needle. So that's a Hugs and Kisses stitchery needle, a size 7 crewel, and a size 22 chenille, because a lot of these embroideries are done with 6 strands of floss. So the chenille needle is better. Hi, Lorraine. The Christmas Stitching Day Viona in Hobart is about the 24th of November, the last weekend in November. So just on the website, go to Learn and then Gatherings and Retreats, and I think the listing's underneath that. And then these, and you get all the threads that are used in the project. Okay, so that's what you get in the stitchery ones or the embroidery ones. And then we also have a series of coloque ones. And in that one, looks like it's not a complete set, but you get the needles. Oh, and you also get the hoop. You get the wooden hoop to stitch it in and to frame it in afterwards if you want to. Okay, so I've used this one to demonstrate before. Perhaps this one's more full, or perhaps it's not. Got 2 halves here. Again, you get your instructions. You get the linen, you get the stabilizer, you get the transfer, and you also get a black thread to outline, and you get a paintbrush and the textile medium that you need to do the coloque. And all you need for that is some colour pencils, which you can just use any standard colour pencil you've got. So, and of course, there's videos on that coloque method as well. So there are about, I think there's maybe 8 designs, and they're just Australian botanicals and native flowers. And there are a few that aren't that. There are some others that are, in fact, it shows you. There's a sheet in here that, oh, there's the transfer. Sheet in here that shows them all. So that's the botanical series and the coloque botanical series. And then there's some other fun ones here and florals. So all of those, I'll put the link in the comments soon. Hi, Amelia, aka Nicole. I remember that now. And anyway, so there's some nice kits that have absolutely everything in them that you need. Maybe a nice gift. Okay. And then also showing you have to put it sideways because I've got the camera zoomed in a lot. It was mentioned last week about sandpaper, about gripping things, although I think we were talking about using it as a template, which I'm still not convinced on. But we do use the sandpaper boards for the colour K, for colouring in on pencil, or for drawing your diagonal lines on half-square triangles and things like that. Lots of purposes for sandpaper boards. So I'm just reminding you that we can make these for you, and you can also get them personalised with your name on them. So they're on the website. I'll pop the link up soon. Hi, Glenda. So yeah, sandpaper boards. Let me see. Let's show you. Where's my thing going? Just pop over. Okay, so I'll just there's the sandpaper. So it's like a full sheet of sandpaper on a nice backing board. So for colour K, I tend to colour in on the front and then turn it over and use the back as a surface to do my sealing on. And you can get those with your name on them as well. So sandpaper boards. The next thing I was going to show you is another little gifty, simple product that we make, or Shed Guy makes in the shed. And I've shown you them before, but they're these little stitched necklaces or brooches. So let's go back to overhead because I think you can see it better. Go here. So I think there's 3 designs, 3 or 4. And they're just really quick and simple to stitch, just with any floss that you've got in your stash, and about 4 strands. The holes are sort of suited to about 4 strands, 3 to 6. So not just 1 or 2. You need it quite thick so that it shows up nicely. So what comes in the little kits? And they're only $15, but you get. So you get the blank. So this has been lasered and it's got all your little stitching holes in it. So this would be this one here, if you can see how that works. And then you get the colour picture of it, obviously, and the instructions are on the box. You also get the chain to make it into a necklace. That's in there as well. And then all you need is your needle and thread. So Hudson Kids' stitchery needle will fit nicely through those holes. You can stitch it however you like it. You don't have to do it the same way as me, but the holes will work several ways. They've been designed that you can do all sorts of things in there, or you can just follow the picture. Really great little class for kids, little maybe a school holiday project for children or grandchildren if you've got to look after them. Hi, Peter. What is Colour K? Colour K is my version of applique using coloured pencils. So it's basically coloured pencil on fabric to look like applique. So you'll find lots of videos and that on it in my YouTube channel. So yeah, it's coloured pencil on fabric, and it's sealed so that it's permanent. And yeah, anyway, that's what Colour K is. Oh, and then also in the kit you get this little cut piece of sticky felt. So you just peel the back of that off and stick it on the back, and that covers up all your stitching and everything on the back. So it's quite nice on the back, and it also means it will sit on your clothes and sort of half stick to it and not be flopping around everywhere. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you those. There's 3 different ones. There might be 4, but no, maybe only 3. So I'll pop the link for those in shortly as well. Pop all that back in there. Make sure we've got it all in there. And let's pop back over to here. Okay, so Peter spelt colour, Australian spelling, COLOURQUE, like applique. So colour, QUE, and it should come up. I've got books and that on it, so the name should be out there somewhere. Hi, Mary. Hi. Okay, so the only other thing I thought I would show you tonight, it might be a quick one. That's all right. I've got things to go down and get ready, and so I can stitch tonight. Shed guy's out at work, so Bentley's lying nicely and quietly in his bed, being a good boy because he's already had his TREAT. Yeah, auto text probably would. Sorry. Yeah, it's and everyone says it lots of different ways, like color Q and color quay, all sorts of things. But I thought it was very simple. Colored pencil applique, color K. Hi, Julie. Hi, glad you got your parcel this week. Okay, so you might have seen me post on a story this week a very what's the word? I'm being over optimistic, thinking that I can make a huge big trip around the world quilt before AQC. And it was like, can I do this? But I'm not going to attempt to get it finished, but I am going to attempt to get some of it done. So I've got step-by-steps to show people at AQC because, we're featuring a new easy piecey grid piecing this year at AQC, along with modern EPP. And a combination of the two together with spot-ons and things like that. So that's what we're featuring at AQC. So I thought I'd get some more samples done. Jo, you might have seen, worked very long nights last week to get her Tilda embroidery flower quilt done, which was then expressed to Tracy in South Australia. Excuse me. Because we wanted it matchstick quilted like the original is because it looks so good, but matchstick quilting takes so long. And if you know anything about long arms, even computerized ones, they're very difficult to get them to work in straight lines in both directions. The thread just breaks. So anyway, put the challenge out to Tracy because she knows the most of anyone on how it can get to work. And she designed a sort of a semi-faux matchstick quilting pantograph design. And then I said, oh, but you'll need to test it. So we've expressed the quilt over to her and she has quilted it, or I think it's already finished. So it's not a true matchstick quilting, but it looks like it is. And that meant it could be done on her long arm with the computer. So she could set and forget for a little while until the next one had to be rolled on, and keep working and doing her best while it was quilting for me. So anyway, that's on its way back so I can bind it, ready to take to AQC. And that was Jo's mammoth effort. Hi, Kristen. So I thought, well, I could maybe start on this trip around the world because I've got so many ideas, but so little time to do it all. Because in the meantime, I finished my Chicks at Stitch projects this week, and I've started my ASA projects, and I've started the next Stitches Garden project, and today I've just written pattern for the next Simply Charmed project, which that one, Donna, is coming your way. Okay, so I thought, well, why not take you through my process of cutting out my fabrics for this trip around the world? If you don't know what a trip around the world is, just wait until you see it. Keep going. Hi, Ange, my favorite EPP person. Thank you. Okay, so basically there's a method, traditional method of doing a trip around the world. It's all little squares, just all squares, thousands of squares. And there is a sort of a strip piecing cutting method of doing it traditionally, but I'm going to do it using our easy piecey method and the fusible grid that I've been loving. No hints, Denise. No hints, but they're both made and finished, and I'm just getting the patterns proofed, and we'll be transferring your fabrics ready to get straight into. There's a hint. Transferring your fabrics. That means it's got stitchery in it. All right, so the process is based on the printed. Let's switch over to overhead again. Oh, Catherine, it's your first chicks. Well done. You've made it in. Okay, and so this printed fusible grid, which is just like our Hugs and Kisses Stitchery Stabilizer, except it's printed. But it works either way, with or without printing. And at the moment, it takes a long time to get the printed grid into the country because we have to get it from overseas, and they're out of stock all the time. And so we've tried to order a heap ready for AQC, but there's also different sizes. So this is a 2-inch, and then there's a 2.5 inch, and then there's a 1 inch actually as well, which I haven't played with yet. So watch this space. I am doing some R&D into a different version that would cover all sizes, shapes and sizes, but that might be a little bit down the track. I was going to try and rush it and get it for AQC, but I decided you can't rush a new product because it's a very large investment and you don't know. You've got to do all the testing. So anyway, so we've got some of this and we've got some of our own Hugs and Kisses Stitch Restabilizer without the lines on it. Now, anything larger than 2 inch or 2.5 inch, like the spot on cushions and the peel on cushion behind me, I've done without the lines because it's quite easy if you cut your squares accurately just to put them all on straight and keep them straight. I'm going to attempt to do the trip around the world without the lines and see how I go. I'll do one panel and see how it works, but because I'm only cutting 2-inch squares. But what I'm going to show you today, so this is one block, okay, and these are all 2-inch squares, and they'll finish at 1.5-inch squares, okay. So that's my plan for my one block. So what I'm going to do today is go through, and I'm just going to zoom out on this overhead a bit. I'm a bit close in. Hi, Alison from Brisbane. I didn't mean to actually switch cameras. I just meant to zoom out somehow. Let's go back to that. And then zoom out a bit more. All right. Okay. So I needed 256 2-inch squares of my background fabrics, which was my number one. So I calculated that was, I think, I've got to remember now, I think it was 6 strips of 10 different fabrics to get enough 2-inch squares. Okay, so I've cut my 10 different fabrics and I've just cut 12 inches of each one. And I just cut that with my normal, as if you were cutting in a quilt shop, so half folded and with my normal 24-inch ruler. And if we do kits for that, that's how you would get it. But now I want to show you how efficiently I can cut the rest. So I could probably do several layers, but I'm not going to just tonight. So we are going to do it with the Stripology ruler. But for that, we need to double fold the fabric. And we need to make sure when we double fold it that our fold up there is parallel with our fold down there to know that we've got it on the straight grain. We don't get a zigzaggy strip. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Stripology ruler and I'm going to line up one of the lines on the bottom fold and just check the top one's good too. And then I'm going to line up a solid line here. And then I simply take my ruler and slide it through every 2 inches. Now, it's probably wiser to do that on even numbers, just so I don't, by mistake, get the wrong slot, but I haven't. I've done it on odd ones, so I'll have to remember to keep going on odd. Right. And I take that away. If my blade was sharp enough, which perhaps it wasn't. I should have put a new blade in before I demonstrated this, shouldn't I? Now I've got to line that up again. Let's see if I got them all. It's a really bad demonstration, isn't it? Because I didn't get them all. So I'll go back through and we'll do that again on another one and I'll do better. I'll do better next time. Because this is not making it efficient at all. That one worked. All right, I'm going to do another one and do better so you can show you how efficient it should be. Right, so I want to make sure I've got all my sides lined up. This is a little creased. I probably should have pressed it. And turn over so I've got my numbers going the right way. Now you can see on this one that my fold is not parallel. Can we see that? That means it hasn't come off the fabric bolt cleanly. Like it's not straightened up. Or, oh, actually it might just be that it needed a press. Just let me get another one because I'll press that later. Because I thought I had them fairly squared up before I cut them. Okay, this one's better. So I'm going to place my 4-inch line on the left and a solid line along there. And then I'm just going to make sure I've cut all the way through this time. Should be right this time. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my strips this way. And I can do a few layers. So I will do all my strips first and then I would turn sideways and do all my cross cutting. So I'm going to do 2 on top of each other, which gives me 4 layers. The Stripology ruler is a Stripology ruler. There's only one brand. It's Creative Grids. So I could line up a few more of those strips if I had more cut. And then I'm going to come down here to the edge of my selvage, start there on my 0 line. It's going to come down a bit more. And then notice I'm doing even numbers now so I don't mistakenly go into the wrong slit. All right, so just like that, I have got about 60 squares cut. I do have some little ends here that I can open and trim those into 2-inch squares as well. But these ones are all done. So I need to go ahead and cut about 500 little 2-inch squares. And then I can start laying them out on my background stabilizer. So always use your ends. You might want to keep them all, do them at once and press them so that crease is going to sit nicely. But I think I calculated that we actually need to use these to get enough squares. So I'm going to, we're only going to get one out of it. Make sure I've got all my edges. And there, I've cut the rest of them as well. So I've got all my backgrounds. Then I've got several strips of all my different colorways. You can see on my plan, I think I've got 7 different colors. I'm doing it scrappy, so that's not all the same color. It's just all the same value. So these are my darkest pinks, and then I've got a medium pink, and then I've got a light pink, and then I've got like a darker minty green, and then I'm going to have a lighter minty green, but I need to go to the shop and find some more fabrics. I didn't have enough at home. So these ones I needed 4 inches of each. So as I was cutting it off the bolt, and if we cut kits, you'd get it like this, and you'd have to, first of all, lay them all out. Let's do some. So if I do 2 at a time. And then it's all about efficiency, getting them evenly cut, but also as quickly as possible. These ones came off the beginning of bolt, so I've cut them just a little bit wider, so I've got some space there. I could do some more here. Okay, so I'm going to do so I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 layers there. So I'm going to make sure I cut all the way through. I can hear when I've got through. We'll have a nice sharp blade. And then this one, I'm going to move to 6. It's pretty close, that one. I've cut the top strip pretty exact. And then this one, 11.5, 13.5, and 15.5. And just like that, I've cut all my green strips ready to press cut. So you can see that a stripology ruler is an investment, but you can see when you're doing strip piecing or squares, cross-cutting, how efficient it can be. Just missed that bit there. Efficient and accurate. So there are 2 sizes of stripology rulers. There's this long rectangular one, which goes up to 20 inches. And then there's a square, which I'm not quite sure. Square might go to 12 inches, I think, or it might be 14. I think on the website we've only got the squares in stock at the moment, but I know the rest are ordered, possibly only in time for AQC, but we can soon get more in as well. So I missed some questions here. Now I've just lost my questions. Could you use the rulers to draw a grid of lines on fabric? You could, but the slot is very narrow. So I think even, look, it's really just only narrow enough for the blade to go through, because if it's any wider, the blade will wobble and you won't get a straight cut. So I'm not sure even a mechanical pencil would go through there without breaking. Best place to purchase the rulers, they're on the website. I'll put the link up in a minute, Marilyn. You're not coming to AQC, are you? Because we are going to have them there. What size stripology ruler was I? I'm using the extra large one, which just goes to 20, it's 14 inches, which is good for double folded fabric, and it goes up to 20 inches. So you can work that way, all the way across a double folded fabric if you were doing short strips. And if you had a double folded fabric there, in fact, that way it's just double folded, so how it comes off the bolt. And then if you double fold it the other way off the bolt here to cut, you can't see that now, can you? Let's go. Let's just go here. Okay, so you can see me both now. So if you double fold it that way, then this is wide enough to go there. Now the square one is still wide enough to go across your double fold of fabric, but it's not as long. So you just don't get as many cuts before you move it along. But you can just move it along, that's fine. You just move your ruler along. This is our shop one, and looks like it's been damaged and broken a little bit. So you do need to be a little bit careful. They're strong and they're flexible and they'll flop around, but somehow they've probably been left on the floor and snapped somehow. Chicks is Chicks That Stitch Gidget. It's a weekend event that we have in Wallaroo in South Australia each year. I'm not sure where you're from. Where are you from? Which state? Did I miss anything else? Any other questions? Have 3 sizes, Judy? Yes, there is a small one as well. The stripology rulers, Peter, you buy separately. Hi, Liz. What else did I miss? You've got a big one and recently bought a smaller one, Vio, and too square to use it. You need to use it. You have everything there is. You need to use it. Caroline, I've answered your question. It makes cutting so quick and accurate. It does. I don't use it all the time, just when you're going to be cutting multiple strips of something. Oh, you're New South Wales, Gidget. Okay, no. South Australia, Wallaroo. Hi, Linnell. So yeah, it's an investment, but it is one that's worthwhile. And as I said, we use it a lot at the shop when we're cutting kits and things. So I'll just pop the link in the comments. It should be going in. Also the grid interfacing and the necklace kits, the embroidery kits. So here's all the links coming at once. I didn't do it as we were going. Yeah, so once I've got all my squares cut, I've cut my first panel to the exact size, and I've got it as square as I can. So when you said, Rhonda, could we draw the lines on there? You potentially could, but I'm going to use my straight edge, and I potentially could do it on a grid mat to help me line it up even more, except that you can't really iron on your mat until I find my ironable cutting mat, which is I'm still looking for. I think we found, thanks to the help of Bev, but we're still getting on it. So then I have my little plan here, and let's go. We're solo on. We need to go back to here. Somehow Hi, Jenny. You are late. Watch it on replay. We're nearly done. So I've got my little plan, but I'd have all my squares cut, and then I would start popping them on the fusible side of the interfacing. And remember, I'm going to be scrappy, so they're not all going to be the same. All these whites won't be the same. They'll all be different fabrics. So, but just for now to show you, I would normally start with all my colors and I would lay them out in rows first. If you want to, just to be sure, you can get your long ruler and just, line it along each row to make sure you're keeping it straight as you go if you're using non-printed grid. One day, I hope we're going to have all the non-printed grid in a multi-size version. And my aim is also to have it in a wash-out grid, so it won't matter if it sees through. Both sizes to quilt show in Melbourne. I think so, Kim, if they've all come. Yes, Melissa, replay anytime you like. I'll be there. So once I've got my whole panel all laid out, all my squares, I have to cut them all first, thousands of them. And then I will lay them all out, and then I'll fuse it down. And next week, I will show you the next step when I've got it fused down of the grid piecing. Now, someone asked last week, might have been Leanne, who I don't think's here, if I've got a tutorial on the grid piecing. And I said, no, I hadn't done it yet. But I actually do. There is a tutorial up for the spot-on cushion. So that's on the website under... at the very top right, you'll see a link that says Toots and Freebies. And then if you go to videos, I think, or no, it might be step-by-step tutorials, and then find the one for the spot-on cushion. And then there's a video in there, either that or you can just search on YouTube. for the spot on cushion, and that takes you through the grid piecing method. However, hi Robin, a little late, yes. Since I did that tutorial on the spot on, because I've been doing a lot more, I discovered another little shortcut that is a little quicker when it gets to the sewing machine piecing part of it, and that also makes it sit a little flatter. So I've got the spot on tutorial up there, but now I'll be doing another one with the second option. Both work, and depending on what project it is as to which one I would use, but particularly for the Tilda embroidery kit that Jo did, once I told her the other option, she switched to that and got a much better, flatter result. So anyway, you'll hear all about that soon. So that's it from me tonight. I managed to stretch it out to 45 minutes, considering I had nothing home to show you. Had a little chat. And Robin, you've missed out. My gin is Knock Lofty Quince, Garden Gin Quince. Very, very quincy. Not very ginny, quite quincy, quite nice. If you did Stitches Garden, you got some grid in your first project, so you got to have a little play in that project. A couple of people just still joined up today and can still get the Bantry Bay first Stitches Garden project, and that has the grid in there, so you can have a little play with a little one. And yeah, I'm about to start working on another grid project for another Stitches Garden one as well. Yes, Robin, Quince. So it's a little boutique distillery just up near Knocklofty Reserve here, which is just up the hill where you walk. And they just use what they have in their garden. So last week was Tayberry, this week is Quince. It's actually quite nice. Okay, so that's it from me. We better draw the winner and see if you're still here. Oh, I can't see that at all. Okay, let me get in close there. No, let me get rid of this so it goes a bit bigger. Glenda Parkinson, are you still here? Hi, Lynn, were you here? I figured you weren't here. We did have all the Townsville girls here then. Shelley, I saw that. Yes, and you can get your Bantry Bay, so you'll have some grid piecing. A fig gin, that would be interesting too. Yes, be quite similar, I think. So, Glenda, are you here? Now, Glenda, you might be new, are you? Oh, no, maybe you're not. But for anyone that is new, every time you made a comment and said hello tonight, your face dropped down into this little lottery jar here in the corner. And then I just drew the winner at the end. But they do need, you still need to be here to get your prize. So if you're not here, it's like the meat raffle. We redraw. So you had to hang in there till the end for me. Glenda, are you still here? Glenda, are you still here? Give you a minute to hear me and run from the kitchen. Glenda Parkinson, are you still here? Oops, everything just fell off my table. That's okay. Glenda, I think maybe she's left. Maybe she didn't hang around. How many have we still got here? Yeah, no, we've lost a few. I must have talked too much. Okay, so I don't think Glenda's here. Hi, Kayleen, just about to finish. Hi, Claire, just about to finish. We can pop back on replay and watch the rest. All right, Glenda's not here, I don't think. So it's Glenda, are you here? Yes, it does. I think Glenda's gone. She can't hear me calling out for her. So let's do a redraw. Okay, you got a second chance if you're still here. I don't want to reset. I want to redraw. Get a winner. Cheryl Weston, are you still here? Actually, I didn't even notice you pop in, Cheryl. I missed you. Cheryl, are you still here? Cheryl, are you still here? I didn't even actually see you leave a comment, but you must have been there somewhere. Oh, I did see Lynn back up there now. Hi. Cheryl Weston, are you here? There's a few. Oh, yeah, there you are. You were there at the very beginning. Are you still here? Yes, you're still here. Okay, no worries, Shirley. You're going on Saturday to Quarters Easter Showcase? If so, we'll bring your little prize out there. If not, you know where we are. Okay. So, yep, have a great rest of your week. Get lots of stitching done. I'm on a roll, so I'm going to keep going. And we will see you all next week. Joe will be on the road by then. So, oh, you're not, Cheryl? Okay, well, you know where we are. We'll have it at the shop for you. Joe will be on the road by next week, so she'll be off and gone, sailing the 7 seas. Well, just until she gets to the mainland. So we'll do the best we can. Other than that, yeah, have a great week. And Mum, if you're watching, hello, but I'm thinking you might not because you have visitors. But otherwise, we'll talk soon. Okay, bye for now. I'm going to cut some more squares.